Well. Just when I thought Valve couldn't take any more W's, they get the biggest one of all. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, Valve just took their first step into the console market with the reveal of their new Steam machine, as well as their new Steam VR headset. Though I think we can agree that it's not only a new console, but it is an entire new era for the console market, as the Steam machine is easily a better option than your standard PlayStation or Xbox for a multitude of reasons. One of which being that it can be used as a PC, since essentially it's like a PC and a console had a baby, and it's beautiful. Now, as far as details about its performance goes, they say it's 6 times more powerful than the Steam Deck, and they boast about it being able to run games at 4K with 60 FPS. But that's a bit of a bold statement. Given the state of video games and optimization for PC games especially, it's kinda hard to believe that a game is gonna run smoothly at 4K 60 FPS on a machine like the Steam machine. I guess it might be possible with some games, albeit with the help of FSR, and definitely not native resolution. And maybe stable 60 is still questionable, but honestly I don't think anyone is complaining if you get a stable 60 FPS at, let's say, 1440p or 1080p with FSR or without FSR for certain games, given that the alternative is a PS5, which isn't really any better in that regard. The benefit, however, of the Steam machine is more than just 4K 60 FPS. The bigger deal, and perhaps the biggest deal for any console, the most important thing to consider there is the games. This is a Steam console that plays Steam PC games, which in the current generation means you have access to not only PC games from Steam, but also PlayStation and Xbox games as well. It's essentially an all-in-one machine, and I think that easily makes this incredibly tempting. More so than that, unlike other platforms, online multiplayer and services won't be locked behind a paid subscription like PS Plus. I've always hated the idea that to play games online you have to pay for an online service. It's always what's turned me off consoles and made me prefer PC gaming. With the amount of PC games that are multiplayer, it would be really disappointing if the Steam machine came out and Valve decided to lock multiplayer and online play behind a paywall and a subscription fee to some other new service. Now, in terms of the design, I can't help but notice it's on the smaller side of things, similar to a mini ITX build. I'm not gonna lie, it looks insanely clean and honestly kinda cute. So as far as I know, there's a 500GB and a 2TB SSD version of the Steam machine. And if you want extra storage, it has an SD card slot, which is a little different I guess, but it'll make it cheaper to upgrade your storage. By the way, I want to briefly mention that besides the new Steam machine and the new Steam controller, Valve also released a new VR headset. I realize I did mention this, but I never go into any more talking about it, and I'm not gonna really do that for this video. I do want to say honestly though, I'm impressed. Revealing 2 new huge things like this at the same time, that's pretty insane when you compare it to other companies. My only concern is maybe whatever the price is going to be. But then again, with what the price of the PS5 Pro and the Nintendo Switch 2 of all consoles was, I think the Steam machine might still be more worth it. In my head, I assume it's going to be around the same cost as a PS5 Pro, if not slightly more so. I don't actually know for sure because I haven't looked into too many details about the pricing, and it hasn't really come out yet either. But what I did look at is the subscribe button, so I think you should have a look at it too and maybe click it. It's pretty cool. Thanks for watching this video. Let me know what your thoughts on the Steam machine and the new Steam VR headset is in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.